and welcome to Yardley, Pennsylvania.
Talladega to do a little racing, about 500 miles. My thoughts of embracing, speed around the old Beaton Junior and sending them home.
Oh, we definitely feel the need for speed. We shift gears. Yes.
Downshift and then hit that turn.
So we're ready to roll here for another edition. The need for speed. I see a lot of races going on during this time, Fred, for the
towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
So, a lot of guys are getting the championship runs in. And,
yep.
New Egypt just crowned most of their classes championships over the last weekend. Wall.
Yeah.
They're running close. So got that. Bridgeport's got a couple of them locked up already, but they're going to run some more. Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
So a lot of good running.
Yeah, a lot of good running, and it's been a pretty good season, don't you think? I mean, right now with some bad weather now, it's going to bog down for a while, right?
I think this kind of weather happens this year.
Yeah.
This time of year, so you got to take the good with
the Hurricane 200. We're going to have
take
right?
the bad with the good.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to get in. There's supposed to be a little bit of rain, not a whole lot tomorrow into Saturday.
Yeah.
And then. It should be clear by, not be cloudy, but depends on how the drainage on the tracks work.
Yeah. So you've been having some fun on the afternoons, the Wednesday afternoons.
Absolutely.
We sort of like
our Wide Open Wednesday with Nick Leach, and he'll be calling in a little bit.
Yeah, Mr. Yeah, wide open does kind of describe that guy.
Wide Open Wednesday.
Yeah, loud. Yeah. As well. So it's perfect for broadcasting.
He is the man.
Enthusiastic.
Perfect guy for that.
Man,
perfect guy. I'm so glad him and I got together on this, and we have Kate Brown behind the scenes, setting up our format and all that stuff. And she just set up our Wide Open Wednesday Facebook page, where everybody can interact on that.
That's cool.
It's really, really great. Having so much fun all across the board.
It's funny because when you design something, you got something in your own mind, but it doesn't come out the way you think it's going to be, and then somebody who's a pro has no stake in the game whatsoever, sees it differently.
Well, when we had Warren Alston and Kate Brown, there were a couple, and they were in here as guests, and she says to Nick and I love what you guys are doing, and you guys are getting a lot of positive feedback. Let's take this to another level. And so we went out to dinner after we left here, and we all talked about it, and we all have different
perspective,
different fits on this thing, and it's like, wow, all together we're like the perfect team.
Yeah.
So we putting it all together, and it's really, really responded well. Last night we had great guests. We had Ryan Simmons, who was the New Egypt Speedway crate 602 crate champion. We had Kyle Hurley, who was the 4-cylinder champion, and then we had Ryan Godown, who's like a legendary, and he's the New Egypt modified. Great talk, great runner, great. It was just fun.
That's good that you get the participation from the drivers and the people behind that are running the show.
Yeah, last week we had Billy Pouch Jr., who's him and his dad, and soon to be his son will be running.
Yeah, so they don't know. We don't know what they know, and
right.
that's the best part about it.
Right. I mean, a lot of people don't know. They're like, "What are these names you're throwing out?" No, these guys are legends in our sport.
Yeah.
And I grew up idolizing, some of these guys. Well, some of these guys.
Somebody's the Shohei Ohtani.
Billy's dad. I used to watch when I was a kid. It's funny talking with Ryan Godown last night. He was saying he used to hang out as a kid in the Flemington stands under the grandstands and play around and get all dirty.
I remember the Flemington. I remember the Flemington Raceway. It attract a lot of good crowds.
Yeah,
way back. This is 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah. So it was 50 years ago at least.
Yeah, in the 60s, I can remember that.
I hung out there in the early 70s, and it was funny because it's almost the same as my story. Is I used to, we used to go with my dad, and then we used to run under the grandstands and stuff. Me and Chrissy Scarpati, John Scarpati, who's John runs now too. Maybe Ryan's a little younger than me and John, but he was probably there. Some of my other friends were there.
Yeah, it's like a bug that gets you too, right? I mean, there's certain kind of smell or feel or
a lot of
anticipation of something that could happen, something you've never seen before.
Yeah.
somebody you don't know all of a sudden is becomes sort of their gets their 15 minutes of fame. The Andy Warhol stuff.
Yeah. A lot of the guys grew up with it. I got out of it for a while, and then got back into it. But like Ryan and John Scarpati and them, they've stayed with it the whole time.
Yeah.
So, and Nick grew up at Flemington too. We might probably even ran into each other when we were kids.
How did you come up with the show for that you were doing now?
The Wide Open Wednesday.
Yeah. Did somebody just come up with it, or
No,
it's
it was Nick and I collaborated on it because he always calls into this show.
Yeah.
And that might be him.
Yeah.
It might be Earl. But Nick and I were talking off air one time, and he's like, "I love your show about the racing and all that stuff," and and so we were like, "Why don't we do something together?" Because he knows everybody, and I was here, so we put it together, and it really took off from there. And so we're going to make like a multimedia type of thing. We're going to YouTube, we're doing Facebooks, and we're doing. He's on Instagram and TikTok. I'm not.
All right.
So, but and Kate's really taking it to another level.
Let's go to the phones. You're up with Fred. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Fred. Good morning, Jim.
Earl. Hey, Earl. How's it going?
What's happening?
Morning, guys.
The decibel level between the two is pretty noticeable, don't you think? Between Nick and Earl, I would say so.
And we have a nice mix.
Yes, we do. We do. How's it going?
Good balance there.
Yeah. So what's going on? I want to talk a little while I have you. Let's talk a little about the motorsports going on at
excellent.
Fort Washington Expo Center on January 24th and 25th, which I'll be a part of as well. So, fill us in on what's going on, because it's an action-packed weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be good. The show, the motorsport show, is something. We say it's something for every race fan, no matter what age you are. No matter what type of racing you like. We do dirt track racing, asphalt racing, ovals, drag racing, just about everything is there, any type of racing at all. And again, it's at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center, which is in Oaks, Pennsylvania. The exact exit off the highway there, I think it's Route 309, actually intersects off the turnpike.
Yeah,
but it's Oaks, Pennsylvania. Yeah, and you can literally see it from the roadway. And again, that weekend is just a great place to go. And it's good to have you guys there because again, we do a lot of displays with the vintage cars, showcasing local racing history. So, Fred, your new coupe there will just fit in perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. You're going to be doing the remotes there, too. That's terrific.
Yeah, we're going to be planning on doing a remote. Probably drag in WBCB. I talked to Matt last week about it, and we'll work on the details. But the other ways we're doing is Nick Leach and Kate Brown and Warren Austin. We're all going to team up there. We're going to have a table there with my car, and then do some interviews and walk. Nick will walk around, talk to everybody, and I'll sit there and wait till they come to me. But but
you will not be ignored. I can tell you that.
We will have a good time, and I'm very happy and honored to be a part of this, and it's my first one. So, yeah.
Very good. Yeah, this is the show actually began not too far away from there in. Let's see, the name of the town escapes now. Right near Fort Washington is where we actually had the first show. Actually, Valley Forge Convention Center.
Okay.
Way back in 1986. That was the very first motorsport show. And it just evolved from there. And it was at the Fort Washington Expo Center after that. And actually in Atlantic City at the Expo Center for a few years in the early 2000s. And then we moved to the permanent, very convenient location there at the Oaks Center, and it's a great place. And it's a lot of hotels around there, a lot of restaurants, so you can come there and spend the entire weekend and just go back and forth to the show and really have a good time. And you know what, too? There's still a very strong collectibles market, for the collectible race cars, the miniature cars, and memorabilia. And we have a whole section of the show floor set up just for that as well. And there's a lot of folks who come there to the show. They really enjoy the collectible aspect, and there's a lot of they meet their fellow collectors there, swap cars around and stories, and it's kind of neat. There's again something for everybody. And you're a automotive guy, in the automotive repair business. From the racing viewpoint, there's literally like a whole manufacturer's midway there of all the latest racing parts. A lot of racing parts manufacturers are there, speed shops. They're there to meet the customers, so it's a good chance to do a lot of B2B type work during the show as well.
Nice. I'm really looking forward to being a part of that, and I invite everybody to join us up there. And it's not just for us. You can go up there and see all kinds. There's special guests. Did I see Kenny Schrader coming up there and Jimmy Spencer, or was that last year?
That was last year,
and
that was great. We had a great time with them. And again, we haven't confirmed who our like guest drivers will be yet, but that'll be coming. We always say, watch for Area Auto Racing News, because that's the company, of course, that produces it, and we'll have the information right in there. And you can always go to the website Motorsports 2025. Google that, and that comes right up. So, or go to the Area Auto Racing News website, and all the information is on there as well.
Yeah. I linked it with the Wide Open Wednesday and the Need for Speed Facebook pages too, so you can get there. So there's a lot of ways to check it out, and I hope to see a lot of people up there and a lot of my friends checking out my car and getting happy about the racing for next year. And so what's going on at Wall as we close out the season here?
Well, we're going to crown all of our champions this Saturday night. And there's some very close point races. In the modified division, Andrew Krause, who won the feature last Saturday night, he's a 3-time champion. And coming into the racing event last Saturday, Derek Hopkinson, who I know you met when you were at the track, young kid. He's very impressive, good racing family there. And he won the championship last year, first time. And he's a former Legend Car champion at Wall Stadium, graduate of the Quarter Midget Series. And he won the championship last year, and going into last Saturday night, he had the point lead by 17 over Andrew Krause. Ironically, Derek drives number 17. But after the feature last Saturday, Andrew won, Derek was 4th. So now they're only about 10 points apart. Derek's still leading. And it's going to be double points, so the championship is up for grabs between the two of them. Same in the sportsman division, Kevin Davison, who's going for his 5th sportsman championship. He currently has a very close point lead over Chris Silvestri, who was last year's champion, and rookie driver Billy Both. Factory Stocks, Scott Riggleman, he's looking for his 4th track championship, and he lost points last week. He came in with a pretty good point lead. He was running 3rd in the feature on the last lap, and the tire went down. He ended up dropping to 6th, so he lost some points to Bob Anderton, who and his son Rob. Rob and Bob run together as a family team. Bob won, Rob was 4th, and they were in the top 5 in points, so they picked up some on Scott. Fast 4 division, Alonzo Morales came into the night. He's a former champion. He came into the night 2nd in points to TJ Graves, and Alonzo won the feature. TJ was 2nd, so they are very close. And in the Legend Car division, it's pretty much between Brian Gardella, who is a former champion, veteran driver going back to the early 2000s at Wall Stadium, and young kid Ryan McConnell out of Toms River, who graduated from the Quarter Midgets last year, and this is his 2nd full season in racing. He's 2nd in points to Brian Gardella, and has an opportunity to actually pass him for the championship. So, and in the TQ Midgets, that's kind of neat. With the TQs, the ATQ MRA, Granite Touring Series, they consider Wall Stadium their home track, and they still have a couple of races to go in their series before they crown a champion. But they have what they call the home track series at Wall Stadium, sponsored by Hammer Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration. They're based right there in Wall, and they actually sponsor the Wall home track series for the TQs. So the TQs will actually crown a champion right now it looks like it's going to be between Buddy Slode and Tyler Wagner and possibly Kyle Taraska, depending how that feature shakes out Saturday night. So it's going to be good. And, nothing like a good point race to wrap up the regular season. That'll wrap up our year before our annual Turkey Derby, 51st annual, Thanksgiving weekend. And Fred, I know you're going to try to get down.
I'm going to try to get down there on the Friday. I can't make the Saturday because we have our Hot Rod Santa. But I'm going to
nice. That's
head
good.
down on Friday and see if we can catch up down there. And
Very good.
So way to end the season with some good racing going on down at Wall. It's right there on Route 34. You get off I-95 down to Route 34, and it's right there. I mean, 2 jug handles, you're in the parking lot.
There you go. That's great.
And, so hopefully everybody can head down there. And good talking to you again, Earl. And we'll be talking to you next week.
And one thing I want to mention too is, the word you don't want to mention is rain. They're kind of throwing it out there now for this weekend. We do have a Sunday rain date. We don't usually use it, but because this is the championship night, it would be a Sunday afternoon rain date, probably starting qualifying around 2 o'clock. So as they say, watch the website, go to wallracing.com, and if we do rain out Saturday night, the plan now is to run championship day on Sunday. So let's hope we don't have to use that. So
but keep an eye out for it and hit the Wall website. So all right, cool.
There you go.
All right, well, thanks, Earl.
All right, guys, good talking to you. Always a pleasure.
There you go. All right, thank you very much.
Good work. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye now. There you go.
So there's going to be some good racing down at Wall. New Egypt's running. Actually, they're running tomorrow night. Bridgeport's got the Danny Serrano Pizza Pizzazz weekend coming up. I don't have all the dates in front of me, but we had a great time at the NHRA ones a couple weeks ago.
I'm just seemed calmer after listening to him talk for about 15 minutes. We were like screaming and yelling about customer service and everything.
Earl will do that. Don't put you in a happy place.
very calming.
Earl puts you in a happy place.
Yeah, but
Thank you,
but coming up, it's going to be total 180, I think.
Yeah.
So
he might be busy. He was having some truck problems yesterday. So But we were at the NHRA Nationals a couple weeks ago, and Nick was up there and working up there, and I got to meet some of the people up there. And my thing I didn't get to tell you last week, I don't know if you saw it, I got to meet Shirley Muldowney.
Yeah, Cha-Cha.
Which was
Heart Like a Wheel. Remember the movie? Bonnie Bedelia.
Yep.
And way back.
I was blown away by meeting her.
Trailblazer, no question about that.
Yes,
absolutely.
And she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe we got a very shy guy. We'll put him on. Nick, I think, is going to join us. Hello, my friend.
Hello, young man. Where you been, Jim? This don't work without you.
I don't know about that. I mean, but it's nice to be a part of it anyway. So we just had Earl on giving a rundown, and now you're stage center. Go ahead. What do you got?
Well, we're just doing our thing on Wide Open Wednesdays and trying to get things done. Trying to get things in order for the motorsports show. You guys were talking about that. That's going to be pretty exciting to do, and we're going to have some fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Maple Grove's always got something going every weekend. Kyle's got all kinds of things happening. Big change for the Dutch Classic. That's going to be an NHRA deal now, so that'll be a big event.
Wow.
But, and speaking of Fletcher's Garage, I was over at Fletcher's Garage yesterday, and Fred found something wrong with my he's going to take care of for me. So you guys out there need some work done, make sure you go to Fletcher's Garage.
Yeah.
He gets it done. He's America's mechanic. So
he is.
But
America's mechanic.
I'm trying to be subdued today, Jim, because
No, don't do that. Be yourself, Nick.
It's the rain. It gets every time.
But no, I mean, we're going to have plenty of time to get crazy. I mean, it's the end of the year. There's a lot of big shows. The All-Star Cup race at New Egypt this week. Bridgeport's got a lot of big shows coming up at the end of the year. Doug always likes to put big shows up for certain divisions, and it's going to get exciting before the end of the year. And then when we go to the motorsports show, that kind of tells you that race season's getting close, and it's going to be exciting for Fred because he's going to have his car there, and we're going to get a chance to walk around and mingle with some people, and I'm going to interview people and do what I usually do there. I usually go to motorsports every year, so it's nothing new to me, but it's going to be new to Fred, and we're going to interview some people and have some fun. So, we're going to get a chance to meet Mr. Foxwell here sooner or later.
That's right. Mingle or I'll mangle. What do you think of that?
Mangle and mingle. There's enough people there that we could get mangled and then mingle.
Absolutely.
Hot Rod Santa. Hot Rod Santa's coming up on the November 30th or November 28th. Sorry about that.
Fred actually told me during Hot Rod Santa I could hang out with you, Jim.
You bet. I'll be there.
So that ought to be fun. So
we set up a studio right on my work counter. We push Kelly out of the way, and it's you and Jim.
Yeah, and
oh my God.
And I'll tell you what, a couple of years ago, right after COVID, there we had that, and we had about 2,000 people there. I mean, I was stunning. I've been doing this a long time. I don't remember ever seeing something like that.
Yeah.
And the cash donations too were great too.
Yeah, well, I plan on bringing some of my friends there, some of the people that I know, and it's going to be fun. I'm very thankful for you, for Fred, for getting me involved with WBCB. Got a couple of my friends to sponsor some of the stuff on the show, and it's really been exciting for me, and it's really been a godsend. I'll tell you, you guys really saved me from spiraling out of control, so to speak. So thank you guys very much for what you do.
Hey, it's supposed to be fun. I mean, if it's not fun, we don't do it.
I'm really looking.
We're having fun.
Yep.
This Hot Rod Santa is going to be really, really something special. I'm trying to really build it up and get some other avenues in here. I contacted 6 ABC News. See if they'll come out and do something as well. Give us a little spot. Craig will be out there doing a videotape of the whole thing that goes on. And like Jim said, we had like 2,000 people a couple years ago. I think we had something close to that last year. Weather was really good last year too.
Yeah, we got a break.
Yeah, and hopefully it's the same this year, being a week earlier. There's a better chance of it being nicer.
Yeah, it was almost the perfect storm because people wanted to get out, wanted to do something nice, wanted to get in the Christmas spirit. Finally found an outlet for it.
Yeah,
and happened to be in the right place at the right time.
This is my 9th annual, so everybody. It's
9?
9th
wow.
Annual. So this has become a Lower Bucks County tradition.
Yeah.
And people look forward to it. They contact me all year long and say, "You doing Hot Rod Santa?" And I said, "Yeah." "Oh, great. We can't wait. And this is like in July.
Yeah.
People are getting hold of me, making sure I'm doing it.
Tradition.
So, and the firehouse is coming down. We got the Disciples of Christ Motorcycle Ministries coming out. They're bringing a bunch of their bikes and hot dogs and all kinds of spiritual stuff going on there. It's just a happy time. And bring a toy.
Cool.
Yes.
All right, well, keep up the good work. I will be talking to you soon, Fred, because I got to make an appointment to get that thing fixed. And Jim, as always, it's always business, not personal.
That's right. That's right.
All right, guys, be good. I'll talk to you soon. All right, see you.
Talk to you in a few.
There you go. So there goes Sonny Corleone. There you go.
Yeah. But
that's right. Cut the crap. I got other important things for you to do.
I'm really excited about being a part of motorsports with Earl and Nick and Kate and Brown. Kate Brown.
I mean,
and
two
Warren.
guys on just on the air just couldn't be any more different in their approaches to where Earl is measured and he's very calm and very assuring. And with Nick, you just open up the gates and whatever's going to happen happens.
What works. There's all kinds of racing
that's right.
is for everybody.
Yeah.
So and then that's why we're here.
But their enthusiasm and their dedication,
it boils the same underneath.
Yep.
And same as me.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of in between them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And some guys could work off the seat of their pants really well, like Nick. And Earl is the guy. He's got probably all his notes, and he's probably got everything.
Well, everything's in his head. Earl is an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
I was up in the announcer stand with him in the press booth, and while he's doing his thing, and he has no notes. He's just he's been doing it for a long time, and he knows what he does. He knows Wall Stadium. He knows the drivers.
Yeah.
He knows everybody too. And it's in his head, so he knows what to do right off.
Yeah, and he's able
Both
to
of those guys do.
he's able to communicate that too, which is that's a story unto itself.
Yeah, I mean, I have to think a little bit. These guys are natural.
We all do, yeah. but everybody's having fun doing it, and passion is there for it, so it usually takes care of itself.
And that's what we're trying to do: keep the passion for the racing. And
This January thing, Fred, it's in Oaks, right?
Yeah.
And it's been going on for quite some time. It's sort of like it's almost like the World Series ish kind of thing,
Yeah, I would
right?
say it's probably
close to it, something like that, or playoff time.
Spring training.
Yeah, but that's I guess that
What
would
it does
be
is like it breaks up the winter.
Yeah.
Because I mean, really, what are you gonna? It's cold. It's like the worst. Usually, traditionally, it's the worst weekend. Of weather-wise, because I know it because that's my daughter's birthday and then my grandson's birthday. It's always like minus 100.
Oh yeah,
so,
that's true.
What else are you going to do? What other fun things are to do at the end of January? So going up to Motorsports up in Oaks and Fort Washington Expo Center.
Yeah,
and come check us out. It's warm in there. So,
and and hopefully we don't get a blizzard or anything like that. But
no, I don't want that.
No, it's usually February stuff like that.
No, we leave it. Yeah, but
January's good.
Yeah, that tells, like Nick said, it tells you when you go there. You know the racing season's coming up again, so it starts blooming hope.
And you see the crowd. You see some of the crowds up there, and they're feeling the same thing you are.
And a lot of guys are getting ideas on what they can do over the winter with their car because it starts up again in April, late March, early April. So you get a couple months. It's a perfect breakup of the winter.
Book a couple of interviews.
Yeah,
too, at the same time. So
definitely gonna book some interviews. Hopefully, I don't know who. Like Earl said, he doesn't know who's going to be there, but there's going to be some good.
He'll find them.
Good guests. He'll
find them. Yeah, so it's
like last year. I would have loved to interview Kenny Schrader or Jimmy Spencer, Mr. Excitement.
Oh yeah, Ken Schrader. Yeah, there you go.
Jimmy Spencer was Mr. Excitement.
Oh yeah.
But Ken Schrader's great drivers. I remember him when they used to run asphalt, not NASCAR asphalt, asphalt like at Wall. They might have even run at Wall, but
Mr. Excitement.
We'll ask Earl that next week.
Yeah,
but
that's a great name, Mr. Excitement.
Yeah. So he's a local guy. I think he's from not around here, but I think he's from the Poconos.
Yeah,
somewhere in the Poconos.
That's cool.
But it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to all of it. And I'm so glad I got back into the racing scene, even though I'm not like full-blooded racer.
No,
I don't want to be
a fan. You're a fan.
I don't want to be a day in, day out. I'm just an educated fan.
Passionate.
Now that I got a car, I'm going to be an interactive fan. So again, I didn't want to race. I'm too old for that. I'm too sore.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of effort that goes into that, and those guys concentrate on it all the time.
You're like Rocky. I got to be around it,
Yeah.
Right?
But now with the vintage, I run some exhibitions. I don't have to run hard. I don't have to bump rails or go out there. I'd like to win, but we'll see what that happens and see what that brings. But that's not my main motivation.
Yeah.
It's to go out there and have some fun, run a car, put on a show for friends and family, and just keep doing what we're doing and keep the excitement going for the whole racing in general.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to have my car, and I'm looking forward to getting it lettered. Bruce Bowen's supposed to come out, get it lettered maybe the next week.
America's Mechanic.
And I'm touching things up and making sure the car's all clean.
He's everywhere on Wednesdays now too, right? Where it's sort of wide open Wednesdays, and who knows what's going to happen. So you can't blame me for any of it.
Well, now you can catch me at 480 Hood Boulevard from Fletcher's Garage.
Yes.
I'm fixing cars.
Get those parts in there. Get it right. Come on now.
No, I'm going to find new jobbers.
No.
You're fired.
That's right. You're fired. Yeah, there you go. As always, at 9 o'clock, we go under the hood with Fred and the Need for Speed. He is America's Mechanic, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Have a great week, everybody.
You bet.